principals, and they will introduce their students to the month.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, afternoon. It's one of those long days. It feels like the morning. But good evening. What we're going to do tonight is our principals are going to do their building reports and also talk about the most favorite part of their day, and that's introducing the students of the month to their building. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate all of you for being here and celebrating those young people in your family that are celebrating tonight. At the end of the presentation, after all the principals have presented, Mrs. Stevens will be taking pictures. We'll be taking individual pictures of your child's principal. We'd love to get a big family picture with your #1 student. And then also we could get all of the students together for a picture that we'll put in our administrative office to celebrate their achievements in their respective buildings. So please stay around. So it usually takes about half an hour to get through our presentation. And please stay and we'll get everybody's picture taken and celebrate their students. So again, congratulations. We're going to begin with the high school. Start at the top. And Mrs. Walter, high school principal.
Good evening. I was not ready for that curveball. Okay. Busy start to the year, action-packed for the first month of school. We had our Learning Garden kickoff. A number of people joined us for that. We're really excited for students to interact with that throughout the year, and our agriculture science independent learners will be working on their state project. So this actually enables them to work toward that, where we did have some barriers in the past. So very excited about that. We have celebrated back to school night and parent-teacher conferences since we last met. Very good attendance, I think. Pretty steady attendance for us. We moved parent-teacher conferences a little bit earlier into the semester so that teachers could have more conversation and give parents better time to impact students before 9 weeks grades came out, and we got some good feedback from that. Our Marching Hornets took second at their competition last weekend, and we're looking forward to a very good season from them. Our new HEA structure has been able to secure some really great opportunities for our students in this first month or so. We hosted a motivational speaking engagement by former Colts defensive tackle Danny Muir. He talked with students about making positive choices, maintaining healthy relationships, academic excellence, and achieving their dreams. So the students got some really good feedback from him. The 8th graders will be at JobSpark in 2 weeks from today, I believe, and our 9th and 10th grade HEA students will join them at JobSpark to really further the career-based conversations that they are having. So we're excited about that. High school Hornets gave back and paid it forward for hurricane relief this week. I'm sure a number of other schools did the same. Through 2 classes, the JAG program, and on our athletic events, we've already donated approximately 75 cases of water, 60 food items, and numerous diapers, and we are still collecting for those efforts, now probably for Irma. High school senior Hannah Blaylock and junior Isaiah Doss traveled to North Central High School, I believe a week ago, Tuesday evening, to audition for the Indiana All-State Honor Choir. After facing really stiff competition from all over Marion County, we are proud to announce that they were both chosen to be members in the All-State Choir. Hannah was top overall scorer, and Isaiah was in top scoring male auditionee. This is Hannah's 3rd selection and Isaiah's 1st. Fall sports are going very strong, and we did celebrate homecoming last week. I know everyone had some interaction with that. We also congratulate Rebecca Lamb for receiving the free class ring from Herf Jones. She was identified by the faculty for her accomplishments. And this is kind of the time of year where we celebrate placement results for our world language students as they have gone to college and taken those placement tests. So we had about 15 students who tested out of between 1 and 4 semesters of college based on the achievements that they had here. So we're very, very proud of them. At this point, if EP could join me, Elizabeth Pick. She is by far a favorite among the staff. She is a senior, daughter of Anissa Gates and Mark Gates. She comes in with a class rank of 2nd out of 202 students currently, 4.28 GPA. She is involved, what? 4.4 now. She is involved in Spell Bowl. She is president of the Spanish Club, vice president of the Drama Club in DECA, heavily involved in our student leadership team and serves as president, and is also president of National Honor Society. Her summer activities and community activities for volunteer work is the Summer Youth Drama Camp counselor. She does set building for our high school productions, various youth sports camps, makes blankets for Ronald McDonald House. She hopes to major as a pre-physician assistant at Valpo University or the University of Evansville. Are you decided yet? Not yet. And her teachers had numerous comments. She is well known and very, very well respected. Her teacher says, I could nominate Elizabeth every month because she is always going above and beyond the other students. She's taking a difficult course load and maintains perfect grades. She's involved in everything and takes on leadership roles in all of her activities. She is an officer for Student Leadership Team and National Honor Society, vice president for drama, and is always asking what she can do to help. She was the leader of the summer drama camp, and she came in over the summer to help build and paint the set for the fall play. She currently has a leading role in the fall play and is always a role model during rehearsals and in the classroom. And that's from Mr. Bush. Please join me in congratulating Elizabeth Pitt.
Our next principal is Mr. Dearheart, principal at our middle school.
Good evening. I want to let you know that we've continued our partnership with Beach Grove Fire Department for the 25th in some year, and we are training out all of our 8th graders in CPR. I have talked about that before, but a special thanks to the foundation for year number 2 of our grant, and it was a $4,000 or $2,000. It was what?
$4,250.
$4,250. With that money, we bought our second half of our CPR dummies. Our old ones were at least 20 years old, so that's been a valuable thing for us, and we appreciate that. As Mrs. Walters talked about, we, along with every other 8th grader in Marion County, over the course of 2 days, will be attending JobSpark on September 26th. I will be attending this year. I was not able to go last year, so I'm looking forward to that. On September 28th, we will have a school-wide speaker regarding bullying, decision-making, and his organization is YourLifeSpeaks.com. Our FFA chapter, one of the largest in the state, if not the largest for middle school, has 92 members this year, which is fantastic. The first of the large events will be this Saturday, the 16th at Purdue, and 20 of those 92 will participate in state horticulture career development competition at Purdue. Last year, I'm going to let you know that we gave 129 Triple H awards, which is fantastic. I meant to update you on that in August and forgot. This year, we have 50 kids playing football, 20 playing volleyball, 26 in cross country, 34 in soccer, 15 in golf, 15 in tennis, and 15 in cheerleading. That's 173 kids that are engaged in after-school activities. That's 35% of our school population, which is fantastic and something that we're very proud of. Finally, last week, our PTO conducted a fundraiser for the victims of Hurricane Harvey, and I'm very proud of our student body who raised over $2,100 for the Salvation Army. That's about $4.50 a kid, and that is fantastic. That money, the Salvation Army was so impressed, will go directly to the Houston area to help, stimulate their economy, as well as feed meals and water and so forth. So, with that, we will invite Mr. Daniel Yataw Jr. to the podium, please. I will do my absolute best to call him Daniel Yataw because I called his dad Danny when I had him in does this without being asked and with a smile on his face. He often chooses to sit near the students who need the most help and assist them without hesitation or disruption to the classroom. Daniel's a prime example of what a successful student should be. He is a peer leader and a great addition to the program.
Our next principal is Mrs. Reed from South Grove.
At South Grove, September is school attendance month. So each homeroom, we're doing some little incentives. Each homeroom has a popcorn bag hanging outside of their school or their classroom. And each day that the classroom has perfect attendance, they get a little piece of popcorn. So at the end of the month, whoever has the most popcorn gets a popcorn party. We are also announcing every day the homerooms that have perfect attendance. So we're really pushing attendance right now at South Grove because attendance is vital to a student's success academically, socially, and emotionally, because this is where you learn. You have to show up to work on time, and you have to be there all day long in order to get your business done. So we want the kids to learn that. So we're pushing attendance, and we're requesting that parents make sure that their child is there on time every day, because if they come in late, they're already a step behind. So, secondly, we have some firsts at South Grove. We had our first PTO meeting last week. It is the first Monday of the month at 6 o'clock in our school cafeteria. Childcare is provided. The meetings are very casual. You don't come and sign up to do 25 things. You come and you hear a little bit about what's going on at South Grove. We talk some PTO business, and we're done in about 45 minutes. So I just would like to encourage parents to come. Tonight we had our first student council meeting, thanks to Miss Marlena Rainey, who leads our student council. We have about 16 students representing our school body, and tonight they were emptying recycling bins. They have some service projects for this year, but tonight when I walked in, she was talking to them about how you can be a leader without people realizing you're a leader. So if your homework is done every day, or you're at school every day, or you're sitting nicely in the cafeteria and talking to other people, that's being a leader. And the children can do that very easily. So good things are planned for student council for this year. And then our other new, first was, we have a weather kid for Wish TV. Mia Sellis, 4th grader at South Grove Intermediate School, is going to be on tomorrow morning with Stephanie Mead as the meteorologist. And it's funny because when we called her mom to let her know, come to find out, Mia loves the weather and studies the weather, and her mom said they call her meologist. Isn't that clever? So anyway, so congratulations to Mia Sellis. She'll be on tomorrow morning. I'm sure you'll share that with us. And tonight, I'd like to congratulate Malone Moore. Come on up, Malone. She is not a first at South Grove. She is a 6th grader at South Grove, so she's been with us for a few years. She is the daughter of Andrew and Meredith Moore, and lots of teachers said lots of great things about her, but I'm just going to kind of pare it down to a few of them. Mr. Larison said that Malone is a great leader in the classroom and on the soccer field. She works hard every day in her studies and to be a positive role model. She works hard every practice and game. Malone comes to practice with a great, hard-working attitude. She truly deserves to be Student of the Month. And Mrs. Agee said, Malone Moore is a pretty amazing person. She's kind, smart, well-rounded, and a sponge for learning. The maturity with which she carries herself is astounding. I couldn't possibly have been so with it when I was her age. Malone has an extremely bright future ahead of her, and I can't wait to see the great accomplishments that life has in store for her. And Mr. Von Dilligan said that Malone Moore is one of the most responsible and mature 6th grade students I have ever had the pleasure of teaching in 16 years. She is extremely helpful to the classroom. She is bright, hardworking, and eager to learn. I have no doubt Malone will do whatever it takes in the future to achieve any goals she sets for herself. Malone has a very bright future. And I texted Mrs. Isler, her 4th grade teacher, and I said, can you tell me a little bit about Malone? So she texted me back today, and she said, give me a couple days to write a book about her. LOL. She is an amazing leader and role model in the classroom. She uses opportunities to improve her own learning and is always willing to help other students. She pushes herself to do her personal best at everything she does. Malone was a true pleasure to have in class, and I think it's amazing she remembers all that about you after a few years. So congratulations to Malone Moore.
I actually wrote her name down as soon as you said it. I wrote her name down. Then when she walked up, I crossed Malone out and wrote down Meredith.
Oh,
She looked so much like her mom.
her mom is a Beach Grove grad, yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Reed. Our next principal is Mr. Buckler from Central Elementary.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to highlight a few things. September is a busy month at Central as well, and it's hard to believe that we're just a couple days from having that month half over. It's gone by super fast. We are currently in our canned food drive this week. Mrs. Wolf kind of spearheads that, and we do it a little bit earlier in the year. Last year, we collected about 1,500 items from the students at Central, which is amazing, but that only equals out about a week's worth of food at Servant's Heart. So she does a really good job of putting that in context for the boys and girls so that they can see all of that food and the families that it helps here in Beech Grove. The generosity of our families is certainly appreciated. On Thursday, September the 21st, so a week from this Thursday, is our second annual Family Movie Night. The focus of this event is to provide information regarding bullying. And so the movie has kind of a theme. Mrs. Wolf comes up with kind of a study guide that the families fill in as they watch the movie. And we start the evening with the poster contest. The boys and girls from the whole school are invited, and we have posters that go practically from one end of the hallway to the other, and then we have some prizes for them. It's just one of the many ways that the staff at Central works to inform our students and our families on bullying. Finally, the last Thursday and Friday of September is our Grandparents or Special Friends events, and it's a little bit different. We've always held it in the afternoon, but we have so many special friends that come. We have switched it this year to the morning. We'll have third graders on Thursday the 28th. Group 1 will be at 8:30, Group 2 will be at 9:30, and then we'll do the same thing for the second graders on Friday, Group 1 at 8:30 and Group 2 at 9:30. We let our guests go and visit the classrooms. The boys and girls love to show their grandparents and special friends around. We come to the cafeteria, we have a little treat. Mrs. Etter has a short music program ready. Mrs. Lawson pulls together a flashback, a video montage of all the pictures so far of the year, and then we give some hugs and some love, and that group goes out and the next group comes in. So we're super excited about that. Before I introduce my student of the month, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to watch all of these students who have come through Central while I was the principal, and I could have told you when each one of them was in second and third grade, it wouldn't surprise me to see them here this evening. So that's super cool. I think it's the first month where I have seen every student come through Central, which is great and also makes me feel pretty old. So I am super excited to present Kira Mack as our August Student of the Month. So come on up, Kira. Kira is the daughter of Mrs. Mack and is a third grader in Mrs. McGowan's classroom. She says that Kira would be identified as the ideal student. She is always on task and never has to be redirected. She is helpful, kind, and a role model to others. She is here to learn by participating and turning in her work on time. Kira is one you can count on to do anything. She has positive energy and will never see her head down. Kira was nominated by Mrs. Etter, who describes her as amazing, which means Mrs. Etter picked her out of all of the almost 500 students at Central. Mrs. Etter says she can always count on her to be respectful and responsible without being asked. This year she was chosen to be the teacher helper, which comes with small extra responsibilities to help when needed, or to be someone that a guest teacher could ask for help when Mrs. Etter is absent. She is kind to her classmates and will go out of her way to be very helpful to students who struggle to make good choices. In art, Ms. Long states Kira is a very talented young artist and is a great role model
And our final principal tonight is Mrs. Provost. Before she gets started, just a reminder, hang tight at the end so Mrs. Stevens gets some of those great photos that we can share with our community. So thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and I wanted to share just a little bit about Hornet Park. We have planted seeds, and our sprouts are beginning to already grow, and I want to share a few different examples of that being illustrated at Hornet Park. First is in regards to behavior management. Because of the collective efforts and the guidance through the PBIS framework, the collective efforts of our PBIS team and a dedicated staff, our behavior office referrals are drastically lower than they were last year. In addition, the referrals we are experiencing are much less extreme. Students are able to better manage their emotions and their responses, and that's due to the hard work being put in the system and in the classroom. So very proud of that growth that we're seeing from last year until this year. Secondly, academically, we are starting to grow. We're early in the year, but we've kicked off our first formal round of academic intervention. So in addition to the Title I services that students receive, we have an extra 71 students receiving targeted academic intervention for literacy foundations from our related curriculum staff. So I just think that's pretty fantastic that the second month of school we have identified 71 additional kids in addition to Title I that are getting extra academic help. And then third, I wanted to share the growth we're starting to see in the sprouts of our learning garden. Ms. Walters shared about the learning garden that was established at the high school, and our learning garden will be highlighted tomorrow morning. We have Channel 8 coming to visit to do a story. Our school worked together, led by our garden team, some awesome Hornet Park family members, as well as some high school helpers, in late August to do our planting day. Well, the crop is now starting to come on, and soon enough the boys and girls will be able to experience their harvest in the cafeteria. Chartwells will use some of the items grown in our garden to expose children to different products and foods in the cafeteria. In addition, our classrooms are also starting to spend some time in the garden, whether that's Ms. Mazur's class just going out to read, or students going out when their teacher is on to water for the day, or pulling a few weeds. So it's neat to see them having that natural experience and growing in that way. A couple of upcoming events. We have our father-daughter dance. It's tiaras and tutus and tiaras. Can you believe I forgot tutus? That's like totally down. That's me. Anyway, it is this Thursday from 6 to 7:30. So we hope to see the gals and a special guest there this week. And then by the time we're together next time, we will be halfway through our parent-teacher conferences. So I just encourage you to sign up as teachers are doing that this week and next, getting sign-ups ready to participate in those upcoming parent-teacher conferences. Now I would like to kind of switch over and brag a little bit about our Hornet Park Student of the Month. Mrs. Mazur is her classroom teacher, and I want to thank Ms. Mazur for coming tonight. But I'd like to brag on Miss Lana Pedigo. Lana, can you come up? So I'm going to read some sweet words about you, okay? So from Mrs. Mazur, she says, Lana is one of the spunkiest and most animated kids she's ever met. She's 100% unique and just a joy to be around. She constantly makes us laugh with her wonderful storytelling. She's so
Thank you, Mrs. Provost.
Thank you.